Hey, welcome to Picksburgh, everyone. This is Anthony, and you're joining us for the for the Entrepre-Doers morning show. As you can tell, I'm used to another morning show, but
he's having flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks. I saw Craig was the first one in, and it gave me fond memories. So, Craig, you're getting the brownie points today, my friend.
Yep, he's down.
Welcome to the morning show, everyone. Happy that you're all here. With me, as always, we have Nate. Every day I'm hustling, which, by the way, he's one off of 250 subscribers, which means one more person subscribes to Nate. He's doing a gift card giveaway. So you guys might want to get on that so that we can get a little bit of cash in your pocket. We also have Tommy, the Bargain Effect, a.k.a. Tommy 2.0.
Hey.
So, do you guys want to introduce yourselves or say hello, and then we will go ahead and start greeting some people.
Yeah, I'm going to give an update here on the brownie points. So we got Craig in here twice on the list, and we got Steven Scroggins in here twice because he earned brownie points from the other day for coming on the show. And then we got Justin Jacobs in the lead at 3 entries. I just wanted to do that. And then there's a couple of singles: Alexandria, Sandollar, and Jazz Sterile.
Yep.
So that's our brownie point update. So as of right now, Justin Jacobs is in the lead with Craig and Steven on his tail.
Craig and Steven were 1-2 today.
And for people that aren't familiar, maybe they haven't heard, maybe they weren't here when we started it, but the brownie points, we're going in a 30-day cycle that started on the 24th. We'll be ending on the 24th of November. The first in to the show gets the brownie points for that day. And then on the 24th, whoever has the most entries for being first will get themselves a brownie prize from me and Anthony.
Yep.
We'll ship you out something brownie related.
I'm just checking to see if I still got that plush in my inventory. It doesn't look like I do, so I'm going to have to figure something else out.
Uh-oh.
But we'll figure it out. No big deal.
It'll be fun.
Yep. So let me go ahead and greet some people. If you haven't typed anything in chat, feel free to, so I can say hello. But Craig was number 1, Landshark Picka. Steven Scroggins, number 2. Then we got Myra Elaine. What's going on? She said Harry Tornado gave a shout out to the Shamrock Pixie. If you guys aren't subbed to Destiny, make sure you do so. Got Michelle Lathan, good morning to you. Yep, and Craig said he shouted out that they were doing printed merch. Speaking of which, your boy's rocking some right now. That's a one-off. That's the license plate that DC Sales made for me. Shout out to the master of the license plate, because I'm sure you're in there somewhere. But they're also printing me out some Picksburgh merch that has my new logo on it. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what that looks like right quick, just to give that Tommy and Destiny's merch business a shout out. Let me move this out the way. Oh, that's my old thing. Where the heck's my logo at? Here, let me show you this. I'm going to have to restart my computer again. Should have like a Picksburgh there. Oh, it's down here. So, there it is. Now it's in the background. I don't know what's going on with my Mac now. So this right here is my new logo. They're printing me out some shirts with this on it. So if anyone's interested in those, let me know, because I'm going to be taking orders for them here like very shortly. So
that's a really good design. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sharp.
And the dude who made it is that too, Lucas. I appreciate that, my man. He definitely went out of his way to do that for me, so I appreciated that. We got Justin Jacobs, the man who is leading the pack with them brownie points. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, is in the house. What's going on, Kelly? Reseller Man, what is up? Matt, BK Vending and Flipping. What's going on, buddy? Cherry Picker, what's going on, Veronica? John, Dad's Vintage Garage is in the house. Good to see you. Dyno Mac, what's up, my man? Yep, DC Sales is in here. Printing them license plates. Diane Matthews, good morning to you. Good morning, Perla. Glad you're in here. Some bargain effect guy. The Rump Stump Reseller, good morning. How you doing, Jamie? Speaking of Lucas, there he is. He's the designer of that logo. Lucas, I want to say it's Cheyenne. I could be wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just call you Lucas. Blue Rhino Foundation. What's going on, my man?
I was gonna say, Anthony, he's pretty good at graphic design. If anybody needs trying to come up, needs a logo or something.
Yeah, I might have to get in contact with him. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to have him on the show sometime just so he can kind of talk about the stuff he does. And I know he's looking to start creating some more content and stuff. So
that'd be cool.
Have one. Oh, is that an alarm clock or is that a Dymo?
That was an alarm clock.
What's up? That's pretty fast, dude.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I got over 250 subs. So actually, I think it was 251. So on the live show on my channel on Wednesday, we'll be doing the giveaway. I'll do a $25 gift card of your choice, and I'll do a video, and then on my channel, and then I'll put a comment down, and we'll do a random selection on the comments of that video. So make sure to sub and make sure you get all the notifications for my channel, so this way you can see that video, and we'll be doing that on next Wednesday.
Speaking of that, Steampunk Town's in the chat. He says he's a subscriber 250.
Yep.
So thanks, Steampunk Town. Appreciate that. Jim and Tara, how you doing? Glad you're here. Ciosa Sales, what's up, Lisa? Reseller King, what is going on, buddy? Got Tracy Uniquely Me in the house. What's up, Tracy? And that's about everybody. If I missed anyone, feel free to say hello. Love to greet you. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about the Black Friday deadline. Today is what Amazon has said is the cutoff for Black Friday as far as getting stuff to their warehouse. Or I don't know if it's getting to their warehouse or shipping out. Maybe Nate can kind of clarify that for us. But I know I was working on a order last night into this morning, so trying to get some stuff in so that I can get them Black Friday shoppers.
Yeah, basically, like once you ship it out, this happens all the time, but once you ship it out to the warehouse, it'll get there, they'll receive it, and then it'll actually show as back ordered on the website, and then it moves around because of the volume that everyone's sending in for the holidays and for Christmas. It's going to be a little bit longer, move around time. So they recommend people sending in stuff now. So this way, by the time Black Friday comes, all your inventory should be, in stock. It'll show in stock. That doesn't mean you won't get any sales. If it is on back order, it is important, but the most important one's, being before Christmas, so the items get to the customer before Christmas. So that's the most important one that, I'm really like putting a target on, make sure all my stuff's in before. Because if not, you still have a lot of good sales in January from gift cards and a lot of people give Amazon cards now and stuff for Christmas. So, or the kids have cash and want to go buy some stuff that they didn't get. So, it's a little bit longer of a, fourth quarter actually probably technically runs till January, a little after January.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are on Amazon, or, you've maybe even just started and you didn't know that there was a deadline, today is that deadline that they say you'll be safe to get it in. So make sure you prepare a shipment today and get it in ASAP. That's what I'm going to be doing right after the show. I'm going to be getting all this stuff packed up and getting it dropped off UPS before. Cool. Thanks, Reseller King. Get it dropped off UPS before Bible study this afternoon.
Hoping my stuff I sent out Saturday hit the warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I finally got tracking.
There you go.
It'll probably get there today, which that's even like a kind of a delayed thing. I think a little bit. They must be really getting swamped.
That long to get tracking, unless they just kind of just had it at your drop-off location forever.
Yeah, they. I think when they pick up on Saturdays, it basically just sits until Tuesday technically, because I think the stuff basically if I'd have sent it out Thursday, then I could have got it there Friday. But it's almost like they stop sorting their shipments or whatever. Unless it's like a Saturday delivery type item. So, yeah, I don't know. Unless they're just that backed up because of, all the stuff going to Amazon right now that my stuff just didn't fit on the truck, which, I did send 7 or I sent 5 to one warehouse, and then there was 2 singles that went out to Florida and over Tommy's area in Wisconsin.
That's cool.
Yes. Hey, I got a question for you, Nate.
What's up?
Because as I just got approved for Amazon. So I was just kind of scanning stuff around the house that has barcodes just to check, and then if like anything looked good, then I'd go search it out,
Right.
I was just walking through the house. And I did find something in my house that I know I can get for much, much cheaper than it's selling on Amazon for in a 12-pack. If you would bundle it up in a 12-pack, but the barcode matches, everything matches on the item except for the picture. It was like relabeled.
Okay. As long as the the product matches, that should be fine. Because I mean the products sometimes update, sometimes that's an updated photo. They sometimes when they get it, you might get a customer that says, "Oh, this isn't it," and might return it, but so it's safer to go with the one with the photo, but you could still send that one in. They just update the product information and photos sometimes, you know what I mean, or the look of the product.
Because it is the exact product. It's just these. I remember because I buy this stuff regularly, and they switched to label probably about 3 months back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it should be fine. I wouldn't have any problem sending that in, as long as the weight and everything else is the product is exactly the same, weight wise and everything else, or the size of it or whatever. It should be fine. That's the main thing, just making sure the product matches. Like there's a couple times I found something that was like a little bit bigger, and I'm like, man, this would be awesome, but even at something a little bit bigger, you're not supposed to, you can't send something a little bit bigger. Say I have this can of pop and I scan it and the 8 ounces are selling better than the 12 ounces for whatever reason, like money wise, I can't just send in 12 ounces of, even though they're, the same Mountain Dew, it has to be the same, description or size or whatever of it. So, but yeah, as long as it matches up, you should be fine with that.
Yeah, DC Cells asked if the barcode's the same. Yeah, I scanned it off the barcode and it popped it up. Like I say, it's the exact same thing, exact same weight, exact everything. It's just the label. Basically, it's a different color.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Same style bottle it's in and everything.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Different label. All right, cool.
Yeah, if the barcode's the same, that even makes it even easier to say, yeah, dude, because they just switch the look and the code's the same.
Yeah, they do that all the time too.
Yeah, it happens from time to time.
All right, cool. And I think I found my first gem just by accident, just from scanning around in the house, anything that had a barcode.
Nice.
That's what's crazy with Amazon, man. You could just start scanning out just because the wife's in and out, or just because you think this would be awesome on there, or if it's a new product that it's a new product that just hasn't been people might not have seen it in their store, or or whatever, and it gets hot traction online because of that. Like maybe I got it first and you stored it, and then a lot of people would be interested in stuff like that too. So even at, you know, a little bit more than, you know, retail for what it normally is in store for.
And what about if, like you said, say that can of pop, and you know, there's an odd, like say a limited edition comes out in an odd size or an odd can or something. Can't you create a listing for that, or do you need something special to do that? I mean, I always hear people talk about creating a listing for an item that's not on there.
You can either create a listing, or you can make a I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you could branch off of a listing too. You know how you look at a listing and you'll see like other options on it, almost like like an eBay listing with like multiple different items where you could choose.
Yeah, like variations.
Yeah, you go on. You would have to do what you have to. You would have to start from the parent. It's called the parent listing, and create a sub listing off of that, and then you're able to put, like, you know, your information of that item that you have. So, say it's an 8-ounce can for the parent one was, and yours is a 12-ounce, or maybe it's a limited edition one, but a different flavor of Mountain Dew or whatever. Then you would just, you know, create that off that. You'd put the UPC in for that, and then you would be able to create it like that. But sometimes the weird thing is, this happened to me when I was trying to create one time. This is one of the few times I actually tried to make a bundle. That most times, you know, a lot of the bundles and stuff that I use are already made up and stuff like that. But or, you know, it's already on there by itself. And so my item wasn't on there. I put in my UPC, and the person who made a sub listing before me used my UPC, so I couldn't use mine.
Oh.
So I called Amazon. I told them, I said, someone used their wrong UPC for this item, because it was a different size, same style and everything. So that's why I was able to make it a subcategory one. And they told me basically, you know, either they have to change theirs, or they should. I was telling them they should make them change that because it's wrong information.
Mm-hmm.
And they were supposed to make a change, and then I just said, you know, the heck with it, and just list on eBay, because they never switched it. So they were telling me that I would have to acquire my own. I think it's a GT. It's like a generalized like code or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Let me double check real quick. It's like a GTC. Here, I'll tell you 1 second. It's a GTIN number, and it's like a global identification number that you can get, that I believe you have to pay for, and then you would actually own that UPC for that bundle or that item that you're creating it for.
Okay.
So that's the only, like, you know, a little bit of a drawback when you're creating. Sometimes people will, like, for example, like, you know, if I scan an item, like I'm sourcing, and it'll pull up sometimes like a woman's brand, like clothing or something sometimes. And I'm like, well, this ain't it. You know what I mean? Someone used the wrong UPC. Like, they found the product laying around the house, like a Mountain Dew can or whatever, and actually used that UPC for their listing instead of having to buy one like they were supposed to. So that's why sometimes, like, when you're sourcing, always make sure that, you know, everything matches up, like the product and, you know, and everything else, and make sure that is the only listing whenever you're doing that or whatever.
Okay, cool. I see Dynomac said, TV, how many times did you have to send in info? What finally got you approved? And I think Anthony kind of had the same issue I did as far as getting approved. They asked for a picture of your ID and your banking information, and I took a picture, sent it in, and I didn't have like a bank statement, and that's what they want. I had the paper that they give you when you create the account, because I created an business account just for Amazon, and I don't know if they weren't accepting that or whatever, but they rejected it. So then Anthony told me that they didn't accept yours until you actually scanned it, right?
Yep.
So then I scanned it and sent it in, and they still rejected it. But then I noticed that the scan was a low resolution. The third time, I actually just said, screw it. I'm going to wait for an actual bank statement to come out. The bank statement came out. I applied with a different email because I actually didn't want to start with the professional account. I wanted to start with the individual account, and he won't let you change that once the process has started on that email. So I created a different email, scanned it at a 1200 by 1200 resolution, saved it as a PDF, sent it in, and within 48 hours, I was approved.
Yeah, it's a very touchy process.
Yeah, so make sure you scan it. Make sure, I would say make sure you scan it at a high resolution, save it as a PDF.
Yep.
And then I had absolutely no problems.
Yep, that was my problem too, because they kept saying my ID was expired, which it's definitely not. It doesn't expire till next year, and I don't know if it's just like their computer system couldn't read like the picture or what it was, but
that's it too. That's what I read in the portal. I was like, why does this keep failing? Why does this keep failing? And the approval process is done 100% by a computer. There's not a human that looks at it. And if the computer can't figure it out, it doesn't get passed on for like a human review. It just kicks it back and tells you to resubmit. And it's not very clear on why. Like me, it kept telling me, just that my information wasn't acceptable, but it didn't say why it wasn't acceptable. But I assume it wasn't readable.
Yeah, I had the same problem you guys had, because I thought, photo would be fine. Took a picture, sent all my stuff in, got denied. And then they want a bank statement, basically. So I called my bank that I use, and they were like, your statement that we send out should be fine. So I actually had to, kind of like put two of my statements together, I guess, in a way that had all the information they were looking for, and basically fit it on one thing, because I would send two pictures of a thing and it wouldn't accept it. So I had to like finesse that process so this way, all the information was showing, because like you said, it's all done by computer, and the computer wasn't picking up, I guess, the multiple photos for that. So then I actually called in and talked to a representative and went over it. They made a case for it and everything to try and have them look into it, like to basically to see if there was able to get like a manual review, and I guess that didn't work. So what I did was I just did it with a new email, which I'm happy I did, because of the amount of emails that I get through Amazon and my replacer and things like that. And it just went through. It went through perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, I did the same thing, submitted the same information. I don't know if it had something with my email or what, but I mean, all my emails have my name and all that type of stuff on it. So it was really weird that it didn't work. So,
and the thing that I learned from like watching the videos, trying to figure out why it was kept rejecting it, is make sure that when you're filling out your personal information out there, asking for like your name and your driver's license number and stuff, make sure it's in the exact format that it's on your ID. If it's spelled like, and I don't know if they're all like that, but in Wisconsin, our names are spelled out in all capital letters. So make sure if your ID or driver's license is in all caps, make sure you do it in all caps. And if you don't, like on mine when I did it, and then I uploaded my ID, then it said that my information, it gave me a suggested way to put it, and it showed it in all caps. So I imagine they're doing that So it's easier for the computer to recognize it or match it against your ID. If you only have a middle initial on your ID, only use a middle initial. If they have your middle name spelled out, then make sure you spell it out.
Yeah, it stinks that they have the process done like that, but I'm sure they get crazy amounts of people signing up to try and sell and stuff like that. But we are all approved now, so we can rock
If it
and
wasn't
roll.
a full-time gig, just going through all that, I probably would have said screw it. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are just trying to casually get on, and they're like, yeah, screw it.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's on the fence, even if you're not ready yet, sign up for that free account and just let it sit, and then maybe try a couple things. Do a free account. You know what I mean? But the best thing is sign up now. This way, the longer your account's open, the easier for you to get approved in subcategories and things. Even if you're not selling, I believe that even still helps you. And if they change something where, when you first start up, now this happens, you'll be grandfathered in to not having that happen. So, they're going to get, stricter and stricter with things as time goes along, especially with the newer people. So just sign up now and be prepared, to start whenever you want, get the free one.
Yep. And Meyer's asking, they keep your driver's license information. They do. Or your passport information. They also keep your bank records and all that stuff too. So they basically want the scoop on you before they'll approve you to sell on their platform.
Right. Now, when you do upload your bank statement, it does say in there, when you upload your bank statement, if you don't want them to know your financials, you can black out like your dollar amounts, your transaction amounts. But they do need to see that there was transactions. But you can black out your numbers.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. Okay, Perlady, it's tricky. When when you apply for the account, they make it real bold. Start selling on Amazon on the top of the page. What you have to do is scroll down towards the bottom and look for it. And it says, if you only have a few things to sell, sign up as an individual seller. And they kind of hide it and bury it. But it's there. It's on the same page that you can click to start selling on Amazon. If you click to start selling on Amazon, it's going to automatically enroll you into the $40 professional account. And you can't reverse that. The only thing you can do once you hit that point is either create another email address and sign up with an individual account, or if you proceed with that one, you're at the professional and then you have to downgrade, but they're going to take that $40. They will refund it, but it's all that time that it goes through that 10 days or whatever.
From what I understand, because that was one of the main reasons keeping me off Amazon, because I wanted to try it first. And then I just said, screw it, and went with the professional. They've defaulted even that link where it says try it for free if you only have a few items. And
really?
They've defaulted it to automatically being the $39.99. You can't change it there. The only way you can go to a free account now is you have to go through that reimbursement period where you downgrade your account.
Well, mine's on a free account.
But you've been that's right. I was gonna say you've been signed up for a while, but yeah, I don't know how the heck you got it then, because like literally I'd sent them several emails and all I ever got was you got to sign up and downgrade.
Yeah, once you start the process with that email, if you start the process with a different email and click that, like you probably already clicked that sell on Amazon one, that main big fat link.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So once that email is tagged to that, even if you go back and try to go through that, it's still going to keep you on that.
Gotcha.
Once you click that email's locked into that professional account.
So that's probably what it was, because I didn't even know that there was a free account until Tiffany told me about it. And no matter what I clicked, it wouldn't get me to the free account.
Let's see if I can bring it up here.
But I never went in under another email or anything like that either. So I could very well.
And they do bury it, that free account.
Yep.
See if I can find where
they want your money.
Yeah. Okay, here, I'm going to share a screen, Anthony.
Okay.
All right, so they got this big bright button that they want you to click. And then that's the $39.99 a month plus additional fees. Scroll all the way down through all this big writing, and right here in the little writing, just have a few items to sell, sign up to become a member for an individual account. And that's the free account, and they charge $1 per item you sell. So, but they bury it down here.
Mhm.
But if you've already clicked this at one point, anytime in history, you would need to create a new email address to use this link to not have to pay. Because even if I click this now, it's automatically going to default me because I've already clicked the top button at one time.
Yeah, sucks, doesn't it? That's where I was, and I was getting so frustrated that literally made me not do FBA for months. And then finally, like, Nate just kept kind of pumping it up to me, and I was like, screw it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I remember your frustration, and you were saying I can't downgrade, you know.
Yeah.
And you can afterwards, but
I just didn't want to have to go through all the hassle. You know what I mean? Like, if you want me to make you money, make it easy for me to make you money. You know what I mean? Like, help me help you.
Right.
Because their life is better the more sellers they have on there. And I even sent them, like, I mean, it wasn't like mean, but it was like a little bit rude, like, of an email. Like, basically I sent them like links to my eBay and said, like, look at all this business you're missing out on. Like, because you won't allow me to try your service. You know what I mean?
No, Mac, you can have the individual seller account and still do FBA. It's just they charge you per item you sell. Where with the $40, you just get charged their what do they call it? Finder's fee, basically. Their commission. Where with the individual account, you pay the $1 plus the additional Amazon fee. So if you're going to sell more than 40 items, you anticipate that, just go with the professional account, because if you sell 41 items, you're going to save money.
Yeah, they also make it seem, this is what they make it seem on the website and stuff also, that having a professional account, you'll get a little bit wider, approval rate on some things starting out that you wouldn't on a free version from what it's.
Yeah, that's what I understand too. The ungating process is a little bit more lenient on a professional account.
I haven't been ungated in anything yet. I try to request every time, and it's always they want some kind of a letter from the manufacturer, a 10-point thing. So I don't know.
Did you get that website I was telling you about?
Yeah, the
Arbitrage Nerds,
FBA or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll send you emails every day of a product that you can get ungated in, and then it's free. And then if you wanted to get like more per day, you could pay for it. But I just do the free one, and I've gotten some better ones, better things. Some things I'm like, yeah, I'll probably never sell that, but it's just nice having the opportunity to. If you do find something, you're already automatically ungated, and you don't have to waste that time. So, it just gives you. I get a lot of the ones that says based on your performance, we let you, through basically. But yeah, it's arbitrage nerds, and yeah, a lot of them aren't that great, but that they give you, every day, but. It just, it's something that will help you expand your categories of what you can do.
One thing I've noticed, because Lisa says that she gets them every day and there's not much she wants to sell. One thing I've noticed with Amazon, most of the things I sell are things I don't really want to sell. It's just, if I can get a double up or more, I'll sell it. You know what I mean? Like, for me, Amazon's not sexy. eBay's sexy, because then I can like kind of niche down to things I enjoy. Amazon's just one of those things where I'm going to go get as much as I can to stuff in a box to send out for them to do the work for me type thing. you know, because Amazon's like FBA at least. You do all of your work up front, and then they do everything for you from that point. Whereas like eBay, it's like you have the whole process, which most of us know. Like, you know, you buy an item, you list an item, it sells, then you go through the process of shipping the item and all that stuff, and you got to store it, blah blah blah. But eBay is like, for me, it's that sexy platform where I can like kind of niche down more so to the things I really enjoy selling. Like, obviously I still sell whatever will make me money on there, but the bulk of my inventory on there is pretty much stuff that I enjoy selling or enjoy listing or whatever. But as far as Amazon, the majority of the stuff I'm sending in is stuff I could care less about, but it makes money, so I'm going to send it in.
You can niche if you want to on Amazon. You just have to get those, you know, invoices, you know, to be able to dive into those and do more of what you want, or, you know, or anything you want kind of selling wise. I mean, you know, at first, even me still, like, I haven't went and got any wholesale invoices or anything. I've done strictly RA, you know, and online arbitrage, and you know, I'm doing pretty well, you know, just finding things that do well, you know, right out the gate. Now there's more competition for those items that I'm finding, but I'm getting them at such a good price that you know, the price that they're selling at, you know, and tanking hasn't really affected me much.
Yeah, Nate, do you know anything about what Reseller King is saying there? Because they give me the option to fill out and send in FBA, and Lisa says she can do FBA with an individual account.
Yeah, they let you do FBA. You have limited storage space, and I think they don't give you the buy box. That's why a lot of people probably do more, you know, more of the merchant fulfill. But I could be wrong about the buy box. But that's what, you know, they made it sound like, and what they, you know, that's why I went for the professional account right off the bat. Like, I was gung ho ready. You know, I had money in my pocket ready to go. You know, dump you know, $1,000, $2,000 in Amazon, which isn't much for a lot of people, you know, starting Amazon or who do Amazon. But for me, that's what I had at the time, and it was after Christmas, so, you know, money was a little tight, and I dove right in, and you know, I just built it up over time.
I'm gonna see how I can do in turn, because honestly, I only have probably about 300 to throw at Amazon right now.
Honestly, that's probably all I've spent for Amazon so far anyway. So I think you'd be fine, because each one of my sourcing trips, I spent like 100 or less, you know, just on Amazon stuff. Obviously, I'm sourcing eBay at the same time too.
Right.
So if I see something that's going to go good on eBay, then obviously I'm going to pick it up while I'm out. Like yesterday, basically my whole table here is filled with stuff that needs to be packed and sent to Amazon. But I got 2 big bags full of crap on my floor, like one here and one here, of all stuff I'm gated on that is still going to sell good on eBay. So, yeah.
Right. You know, I figure I'm gonna take that, and I don't anticipate paying myself out of Amazon probably for at least a year, you know, and just keep rolling that money.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now too. Like, I'm not even going to touch anything that goes into Amazon. I'm just going to let that go into the bank account, and then, like, if I need it to source, then I'll use it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what I'm going to do until I get it built up enough to where I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, and that's why I created the completely separate business account just for Amazon.
Yeah.
So it's easier to keep that money separate and use that money. You know, if I'm sourcing for eBay, I'm PayPal carding it. If I'm sourcing for Amazon, I'm bank carding it, and just kind of let that money just keep snowballing.
Yeah, it's easy too for your tax time, and just to see, you know, business wise, at the end of the day, how you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, okay, it's been 6 months on Amazon. You know, I spent this much, I made this much. You know, this is what I got after it's all said and done. You know what I mean? It's really black and white and nice how you have it situated, because you know, it just keeps everything separate, and you could see without having a program or an app or whatever, tell you basically what your profits are.
Right.
This would be more of a you question, Nate. Myra's saying, so vintage sellers cannot sell on Amazon. Some estate sales give receipts, but not all.
For stuff that you buy at estate sales and garage sales and stuff like that, it would have to be used. You could sell things used on there. I've seen people sell like coins and I've sold a couple used items that I got from the bins from there, and you could still sell used does well too, especially on stuff that they don't have anything new of. There might be an item that someone had and it went bad, and they just need a new one because they liked it so much, and they can't buy it anywhere else. So there's definitely a market for used things as well.
Right. I've sold used on Amazon before because Destiny's had a seller account for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And just to test it out and dabble with it, I used it. I mean, we've sold like used Hamilton Beach food processors. I merchant fulfilled it. I didn't send it in to FBA, but I mean, even with the used, we probably sold them. I don't even know, but 50 things, and the turnover, even on the used for simple household, there was a lot of like household appliances turned over real fast.
Yeah.
Even through merchant fulfilled, because for the price I was getting them, I mean, I could sell them and way undercut the new price by a ton and still make good money on it.
Yeah, if you're able to get used, and it works and everything else, and your price is a great deal lower, and you can make money like that. Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely get some sales that way, because there's people that for whatever reason aren't using eBay anymore, and don't want to spend $90 for an item, and they rather spend the 40 or whatever that you're selling.
I know Lucas is asking how DVD VCR combos do used on Amazon. I've never personally sold any, but I know Resale Rabbit sells a ton of used.
And you get top dollar for them, especially like the better brands, like I hear Sony sells a little bit, so Sony's an awesome one. Well, that's where if you do sell these on eBay, people do drop ship from eBay to there and just throw up a merchant fulfilled listing saying they have that product and just watch the listing. People do that, you know what I mean? And as soon as they buy it, they'll say, "Hey, don't put a shipping label in it," and they'll direct ship it to the Amazon customer. That's just it's crazy, but that's what they do, because they're able to get such a high dollar amount for these on Amazon. So you could definitely do well, like video games and the older consoles, like if you had a 64 and it was complete and it's the same as what Amazon's listing is, hands down I would put it on Amazon before eBay, because you're going to fetch such a high dollar amount versus eBay. You're probably still make good money on it, but it will sell super fast and get a lot more money, I believe.
But I do know, like from Resale Rabbit, because he's did a couple in-depth videos on it. Like if you're selling a DVD VCR combo, if you're riding on a listing, and most of them include, I think Amazon demands that you have the manufacturer remote with it. And if the listing says it comes with RCA cables, make sure you put RCA cables in there.
Right.
Same with like your Xbox listing. If it says it comes with 2 controllers and it shows 2 white controllers, make sure you have 2 white controllers, not a white and black controller.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Making sure that the listing is a duplicate of exactly what you have. Like just like what I was talking about Tommy with, with an item that was similar. The package was different, the look was different, but it's the same product. Like that is fine. But if it was, a little bit more, a little bit less, like quantity wise or whatever, it would definitely be no good to sell. But same thing, Resale Rabbit got suspended for not selling DVR combos without a remote. So, if you ever watch his videos now, if he talks about anything with Amazon and those, he says, "Yep, I'm going to sell this on the Amazon because I have the remote and the RCA cables or whatever the listing has." So make sure to pay close attention. Go back to the main page on Amazon and look and double check the whole thing where it tells you what's in the box or the description, and then make sure it's hands down exactly the same.
And like I said, Resale Rabbit, he has a ton of videos on it. He just did one where he bought like, I don't know, 5-6 pallets of electronics, and he goes through and he says what, I can sell this on Amazon because, or I can't sell it because, and he's pretty descriptive at what you need if you want to try to do electronics on or used electronics. I've done it. I've sold stereos. I've sold Walkmans. But if the Walkman had headphones, I had to go find headphones.
Right.
Thank you. What service is that, eh?
I know.
Top of the line.
I'm so lucky.
You are, man.
Did I miss a question from Pat D?
Coming on in.
Mm-hmm. Just for a little bit.
Talking Amazon.
Oh, I'm lost with Amazon.
Okay. I thought someone said Pat D had a question.
Destiny would probably be better at Amazon than she would eBay, for the simple fact is what you're sourcing at 5% of the time there's already a listing for it. You're just adding what you got, like how many you got, and putting some labels on it.
Yeah, I mean, once you get used to doing your first once you do your first 1 or 2 shipments, it starts to become very super easy. Every once in a while, like you might forget a step or whatever, but it happens. It's new to you. So like yesterday, I had my wife's source. She had to go to the doctor, she had the car and stuff, and she went sourcing, and it's really nice to because she knows some stuff, but she doesn't know the amount that I do. But with Amazon, you scan a thing, you see what it's selling for, she puts in the price where the cost of what it would cost to go out or whatever, and then it's pretty black and white for the most part, if it's a good enough item to sell. Now, does she get all the good items all the time? No, there's been a couple items that that were she thought maybe I could get approval on because I sold that type before, and I had to sell on eBay because it was worth keeping, and I it sold. But there's been times that she had to take a few things back. But I love that she tries, and that's a huge plus for me because I can't source the way that Anthony can and Tommy can because I'm just part-time. I consider myself full-time reseller, but really on part-time hours basically.
How far away do you think you are, Nate, from dropping the 9 to 5? Do you see that far off in the future? Do you think maybe within the next year, or you kind of got an idea, or is it
if I tighten my belt really, with my spending and stuff a little more, it could possibly be within the next year, especially if Amazon keeps if it stays at where it's at, where I'm making what I'm making now, or maybe a little bit better, maybe another extra 1,000 or whatever a month profit. And I'm working, like I'm working and stuff. This time next year, or hopefully before the fourth quarter next year, that would be amazing, to have happen. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I would want to make sure financially I had enough money set aside to pay for a good chunk of bills for a couple months or so. I didn't have to dip in my cash flow because you start killing your cash flow fast. You know what I mean? You're in trouble. As soon as your cash flow starts dipping, and for example, say I didn't ship my last Amazon order that I had, my inventory is starting to really die out, and my sales have dropped, from $200 or $300 a day to now it's like 60 because my replenishables aren't in. You know, they're sent now, but you run out of inventory, your sales drop, and that's just lost money and opportunity. So,
yeah, how does Scott refer to it? You got to keep feeding the beast. You know, you got to have your.
That's exactly what it is, man. Like, as Anthony's sending stuff, you know what I mean? He had his first sale a couple days ago, and then he sold a couple more things, the last couple days, and he only has really probably one shipment that's really like settled in the warehouse or almost settled in the warehouse. So that's awesome for him to start seeing sales already, and probably in the next. If he's sourcing the way he is now, probably within the next month, you know what I mean, he'll really start seeing, the sales numbers really start creeping up. And
So Anthony, how many items do you have right now that are available for sale? Because I know you got some stuff heading in, but
how do I check that, Nate?
You would just have to go to your manage inventory, and that will show you what's available, like where it actually says you're in stock.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then it's still moving around, or it's making its way.
I'm just curious, like how much he sent in that's available for sale.
I have 17 items right now that is available for somebody to buy.
Okay, and how many sales in what period? 3 sales. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
items.
Most of that number is not like the correct amount of items that I should have available.
Yeah, if you go to manage,
so I mean, you still got stuff probably going to different warehouses.
Like for example, my first shipment had I think 38 items in it, and 20 of that is what the resale came from.
Right. Well, I know I'm just kind of comparing it because when I started selling on eBay, I had a whole lot more than 20 items listed before I had 3 sales.
Yeah.
Can you do a short-term weekend sale on top of the long-term sale with the same items?
Pretty sure you have to cancel.
He wants to know if you can run 2 sales.
I was thinking it was an Amazon question. No, if you have a sale, like say you're running a 10% sale for a month or something straight, but on the weekends you want to throw an additional 10% on, you wouldn't be able to do that. You would have to stop the 10% sale, do a 20% sale, and then at the end of the weekend have it so it ends or drops and then go back. You can schedule them out so they alternate like that for a month, but yeah, you can't run a sale on. When you go to run the sale, it won't show the items available to add to a sale because they're already on sale for that time.
Yeah, like you can choose, say you could choose by the category, or you can manually just choose each item that you want, at that sale, and then you can do like a second one where you choose the other ones at a different price. You could do something like that. I don't know if that's what he was asking or not, but I do that sometimes. I'll go in and then I'll pick, for days on site, I'll put 0 to or 1 to 30 for my new inventory, and I'll put a lower sell on that, and then I'll go through the other ones and I'll go deeper because I want to try to move some of my older inventory. More eager to move some of that stuff. So I'll do different sales like that where, say one's 10% and the other one's 20%, or whatever you want to choose for your sales or whatever. And I do them short ones. Like I'll do a Friday to Sunday night, and then I'll run sometimes like a Monday through Friday sale. I'll do different things like that. But the sale ending is what helps make, to me, it seems like it helps, helps people come in the sale versus running, say like a 6 month long 10% sale or something like that.
What's your, would you say is the average ship cost to the warehouse? Lisa C is asking. I heard it's about 50 cents a pound Is that pretty accurate?
I think it's well, I mean, part of it depends on how much you're shipping in. You know, if you're doing a big shipment, that number will drop. Like I think mine's around or I'll do my last shipment right now, exactly what it was. It was $60 divided by 300 divided by 300. So it's 20 cents an item for me.
Yeah, so far I've done 2 shipments. The first one was, I want to say 15, but it was in 2 boxes, one really big box and one like medium box. And then I sent a medium box the second time around, and that was like $5. So I guess it just depends on size and stuff. But either way, I was like, that is like a fraction of what it would be for me to like actually ship something. Like
Yeah.
I'm paying shipment to their warehouse, and they weren't giving me a prorated price. Like it would be considerably more than it would be doing it through Amazon.
Oh yeah, hands down. I mean, you know, I've shipped out an item for eBay to go from Pennsylvania to New York, and it was like $20, and that was for a medium-sized box at I think it was like 15 pounds. And if I would have sent it out a 50-pound box, that was a large box. Holy cow! I'd hate to see that number.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gated in a whole lot right now, Gary. So basically the kind of stuff I'm sending in right now, like home goods stuff, edible food, you know, like food that isn't like what is it? It has to be before like February 2020 or I mean, after February 2020, Nate, for them to accept it for the edibles.
Yeah, they want at least 90 days when it, you know, from the day that you ship it, basically. So when you're in there making your order or whatever, like I think I just did one recently, and the cutoff date was like February 14th or something like that. So yeah, that would make sense. I think it's like 90 days.
But like a lot of the stuff I really like to sell on eBay, like I can't sell, for example, on Amazon because I'm gated. Like, for example, if I wanted to sell Funko Pops, I can't. You know, I bought some Funko Pops last night because they were on a really good clearance, but I'm gated on Amazon, so I can't send those in. You know, so a lot of toys and stuff, like, because I sell a lot of toys on eBay. I can't sell toys. I mean, even for some plush, I can't sell plush on. I mean, some of it I can, some of it I can't. It just depends on like how the listing is set up. So really, home goods, I'm doing a lot of like sourcing home goods, a lot of sourcing different types of foods. You know, sometimes I can source some seasonal items, but you need to be careful with that too, because if you have it beyond like the season, you're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
And you're paying the different storage fees. That's right. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm sourcing mainly right now. So if you were new to it, what I would suggest is just like go to like, you know, Walmart, Dollar Tree, whatever, like those type of places, and just start scanning stuff. If you're not allowed to sell it, it'll come up and say that you're restricted to sell this or you can't sell this new. So for me, if I get something and it says you can't sell this new, I just sell it on eBay because I don't want to downgrade it to whatever the price is. So, hey, what's up, Scott? Good to see you.
Yeah, he was talking about FedEx getting kicked to the curb. That made me weep at night for the first couple of shipments. I had to carry my boxes to Staples a couple times.
My Staples and my Walgreens are literally right around the corner from each other, so it's pretty much the same drive for me either way. Just do UPS or FedEx.
Yeah, their FedEx prices were cheaper. You know, on a big shipment like I had, it might have been like a $10 savings, and free pickups, which I love the free pickups. Like this last shipment I had, there was no way, after being up packing all that I was. going to go and wake up early and run that and do multiple trips in my car, because I wasn't fitting 7 boxes in my car. So I just paid the $10 pickup fee, and they came and got them. So yeah.
Bad Dog was asking again to Scott, UPS is usually the most expensive for eBay, or do you get a better deal through Amazon? Yeah, you get really discounted shipping rates through Amazon. It's like insanely discounted.
Wow.
Yeah, I sent 7 packages at I think it was 179 pounds, and it was $60. And there were a lot of large boxes, a couple small boxes that were just really heavy, and it was just a variety of shipments and box sizes and weight. But they do they do a little bit on dimension, but it's mostly weight based is how they go by their pricing.
Only thing you can't send in boxes heavier than 50 pounds, you get in trouble. Yeah, that's pretty much the cutoff. And Lynn saying, "Oh dear Lord, all this is confusing." Yeah, it is for me too. Like literally, Nate's still holding my hand. So I could have finished a shipment last night, but like I was screwing up on it. So I literally just waited till this morning, and like even now, it's still literally only printing me out 5 labels. And I need like a lot, you know what I mean? Like I'm sending in like 12 of one item, 13 of another, 5 of another. And it's like, I'm like way behind on labels. So I don't know why the heck it's not giving me all the labels right now. So just a huge pain in the butt. Hey, what's up, Neville? Thanks for jumping in, man.
Tommy will be right back. He had to take a phone call. I just realized that you're wearing the shirt I made.
Yep. Gave you guys a shout out at the beginning.
Tommy was like, he showed it off, and I'm like, well, I just got here, and I just realized it.
Yep. You want to see the touch that Destiny put on this shirt? I won't be able to see it, so let me know when you can read it. Did you read it?
All right. You got to go sit up a little bit more if you can. I know it's uncomfortable. Sorry.
If you
are following me, follow me on YouTube at Picksburgh. Thank you, Lisa.
Came close to falling out of the chair there.
Yeah, it looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was.
You're that close to a viral video.
Yeah. If I would have fallen through like all of my stuff here, and it would have all probably toppled onto me.
Man gets buried alive. Man gets buried alive on live show with his inventory.
Yeah, please don't hurt yourself. That would be bad. It would be very, very bad.
If push came to shove, I'd come save you. I'd have to kick down your door, though, but, I'd come and bury you.
Cool.
And we'd be on our way, too. It just would take us a little longer.
Honestly, I don't know if I would want saving after all the inventory would topple over and get ruined. I'm still guilty over all that inventory I lost with those electronics. I probably lost like over $1,000 worth of stuff a few months ago, and it was just like, oh.
What happened?
Yeah, I dropped them off at Goodwill. I was just like, shoot me now.
Kelly said there isn't any
bad position.
What happened, though?
No workman's comp, so you can't get hurt.
I know.
Yeah,
although it would be interesting to see you sue yourself.
Yeah, I wish.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I hope I don't get on workman's comp. Wink, wink, wink.
I wonder if I could sue my own LLC. Like, how would that work? Because I'm limited liability to it. So, where would the money then come from? Lisa T, do you know? Because I know you're like, you pretty much know all the legality stuff.
You're our live chat lawyer.
I can deduct my medical as a business expense. That's good. I don't know if you have Citizens Bank near you, but that's what I use, Veronica. Do you guys have any opinion on best place?
I went through BMO, and it was real simple procedure. And
yeah, I went through. I had Citizens Bank with my personal accounts, so I went with PNC with my business accounts?
That would be your question from Lucas.
I know, I see that. I don't remember what the issue was, so obviously we did correct it, but I don't remember.
That must be corrected because she don't even remember what the problem was. I think it was one of those simple solutions. She just needed to find it.
Yeah, I did. I corrected it. I was able to fix it. I will send you a picture of the finished product on Facebook. Took me a minute. I'm still half asleep. He woke me up at 2:30 this morning and haven't been able to function since. Hi, David. Welcome.
The only thing I don't like about the smaller banks or the credit unions is, say, I found a deal or something somewhere, and well, I guess I could pay ATM fees. No, never mind. I was gonna say, say I wanted to take out like a cash thing or print a thing check or whatever, and I wouldn't be able to do that, as easy as I would with like a PNC, because it's they're everywhere around here.
Yeah,
so I guess I could pull cash out.
That's how it is with that's why I went with the BMO here in Wisconsin, because they're like everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they got the free ATMs, So
yeah.
10 million spots, or 10 million, or no, 10,000 plus ATMs.
Yeah. So anyway, the guy I've highlighted here, David M., the car boot picker, he's our guest for tomorrow. So just giving you guys a little teaser. He's from England, well, the UK. I don't know what part of the UK he's from. I just assume England when I hear UK. But so he's from the UK, and he's going to be live on Tommy's channel tomorrow. So looking forward to having him. Glad you're in here.
I know Destiny is going to join us for that because she really likes David.
Yeah, I've been following him for a while.
He's like, what? He's going to be on your channel? I got to be on with you.
I've been following him for a bit, and then he changed his name, and then of course, YouTube wouldn't give me notifications that most of the people I was following were going live or putting videos up. So then I lost contact, and then all of a sudden, boom, he was in chats again. I'm like, there you are.
Yeah,
he said Northern Ireland, Anthony.
That's what I thought, just from your accent. So I didn't want to say anything because I know that that's a common type of accent in Liverpool too, since that's so close. But I assumed that it was probably either Northern Ireland or Liverpool area. Thank you for clarifying that, though. Anthony wants to be on with you so much.
It's where my heart belongs, is Ireland. Just saying.
Wasn't Dan one of the Roonies an ambassador of Ireland or whatever?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't I think the old man was Dan Rooney?
Art or Dan? Dan.
I think it was Dan. Yeah, I think the old man.
I'm pretty sure it was Dan too.
So there's a Pittsburgh connection.
Yep. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to all get on a plane tonight. We're going to have the show live at David's house tomorrow. Would that be awesome?
You'd be all over that.
Please don't tease me. It's not nice.
Yeah, I don't feel good. Can't come in. I got to go to the UK. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm coming.
Hey, me and Destiny were talking, speaking about travel and to do lives with people. Me and Destiny were talking, when we come out there to Pittsburgh after the new year, she thinks that we should all get together and do the live.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too.
Together.
We do
like they do on the news.
Kind of like
that would be awesome.
It's type thing.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
I'm down.
Like I said, whenever you plan to come out, like if you're going to come out for a week or whatever the case is, even if it's just a couple of days, let me know and I'll call off. This way.
I mean, to give you a general idea, we're probably thinking February-ish.
All right.
My birthday month.
Yeah, okay. Probably February.
What better place to come?
It's going to be pretty cold, but yeah, it's going to be cold where you're at anyway.
It's going to be cold here too.
Amazing. It might be a little warmer here in Pittsburgh compared
probably,
to Wisconsin.
You'll go from 3 feet of snow to 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Well, here the
Like, wow, it's nice here.
Right?
Yeah, you bring your shorts.
Pittsburgh, they'll threaten you with 2 foot of snow, and you'll get like a dusting. So get ready for that too. So our weather
it'll be very
terrible.
nice. It's insane. Our weather here is so bipolar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the weather people, like they get it right like 5% of the time.
well,
Fun.
you know,
Last
last week we started out the afternoon at 60 degrees. Then it turned into rain, and by 7 o'clock at night it was snowing. You know,
I'm planting a bottle of Midol in the ground for Mother Nature. Just saying.
you
I
can hit
know where you're going.
3 or 4 seasons you can hit in one day here. You know?
Yeah.
You might have to bury a pallet.
Yeah.
Mother Earth,
Sure.
pretty big.
I know if we all plant one
Yeah.
open bottle, everybody who's watching and everybody around the world, I think she might be happy then. Just saying.
It could happen.
It could help. Nothing else seems to help, so maybe that will help.
I guess weather's bipolar everywhere because Justin saying he thought Tennessee was bipolar until he moved to Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Has this
how
ever
things
happened?
are.
Schizophrenic in Colorado, Veronica says. That's awesome.
But has this ever happened to you guys? RCA Matic says listed something at the beginning of the show, and it says just sold. Always weird when that happens because I feel I underpriced it.
We're just good luck. Just saying.
I mean, I've had that, you know, where I've sold something within 10 minutes, and I was like, wow, I really underpriced it. Or is it just that guy happened to come across at the right time? Would I felt better if it sat for 2 weeks and sold for the same price? You know, yeah, I would have been content. So
What was that one item that you listed in like within a matter of minutes? It wasn't even 10 minutes. It was like a matter of like 2 or 3 minutes. It was active and somebody bought it.
yeah, I don't know.
Patreon Pirate, thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate it.
Don't think you underpriced. You priced it to move.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Agreed.
how I feel. I'm sitting there like, oh, I used to do that. I was like, oh, I underpriced it. But then I was like, well, if it would have sat there a week and sold for that, I would have been content with it. So
Yeah.
I should be happy that it sold right away.
I'm like way behind. I just clicked over to the YouTube chat and it's like I'm like 5 minutes behind on the StreamYard.
Yeah, I have to bounce back and forth to
Yeah.
make sure sometimes.
What's up, PGH Picks? Good to see you, man.
Good morning. I had to look at the time to make sure it was still morning. It feels like it's afternoon already.
What's up, Maggie Doodle?
Clicky, click, click, click.
Wonder when my Amazon order is gonna actually hit the warehouse. I hope it does today. I need inventory so bad in there.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why I shipped it out Saturday. Well, that and plus I didn't want the boxes hanging out the house too long. But you know, I was hoping it would get there like Monday. Like I said, it's like almost like UPS like shuts down like the new shipments they receive or whatever for moving or whatever, and they just get backed up.
So yeah, I think we're gonna start to kind of shut it down here this morning. Seems like we're starting to unwind a little bit. Want to remind everybody tomorrow we're on Tommy's channel, and David M, the car boot picker, is going to be our special guest all the way from Northern Ireland. Got it right that time. So definitely make sure you guys tune in for that. It's going to be a really awesome show. You see how happy Destiny is right now to have somebody from Ireland on.
I'm telling you, Ireland rocks.
Yeah, it does. Also, I want to make sure you guys are subscribing to Nate. He just hit that 250. He's going to be doing a giveaway. So you do have to be subscribed to his channel to be eligible for that giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to him. He's going to be taking over our Wednesday show as of next week. So make sure you're definitely part of his channel. So that way you can not miss our midweek show. Make sure you subscribe to Tommy and Destiny too, because they're awesome.
Yeah,
No,
Nate, why don't you just drop something in chat so people can hit your dots just in case they're not subscribed to you.
Yeah, I'll drop my link too. This way it'll just make it easier.
And then Lucas asks, you guys ship your eBay items out later in the day or early in the morning? We ship our items out in the afternoon because I try to get anything out the same day. So I have an alarm actually set on my phone for 2 o'clock because our post office closes at 4. At 2 o'clock to remind me if anything's sold that day to pack it up and get it out. We usually go to our post office about 3.
Yeah, I start packing early in the day, but I don't actually go to the post office till about 3 o'clock. Unless it's a Tuesday, we have Bible studies at 2, and sometimes they last till 4 o'clock. So with that being said, I'll normally run to the post office 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, but other than that, I go 3 o'clock every day. That way I can get the same day stuff out.
Right.
Yeah,
and we're in a small town post office, so it's not going to move if I drop it off at 9 in the morning or if I drop it off at 3 in the afternoon because the pickup doesn't come till 4:30.
Yep.
Yeah, same here. I do it on my way to work. That's basically my cutoff. So as long as it's purchased before, I leave, it'll get shipped in box and all that, and then I'll drop it off on my way to work. And if I have a smaller Amazon shipment, I'll take it to my Staples and drop it off because they pick up usually. I think it's usually before or around 4 o'clock. They usually pick up, but sometimes I think on Mondays they do a double pickup because of the sheer volume that sometimes will come, especially during the holidays. So better to be early to make sure that you get on that first shipment.
Yeah, and Tommy always sends me to the post office now because, I talk too much with the postmaster.
Right.
Talk too much.
You have same day shipping on your listings, Nate?
No, I do. I do one day handling.
Yeah, I do the
Just
one day.
kind of.
I will if you buy it before 2 o'clock. It will go out that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually put on all my listings that if you purchase before 11 Eastern, you'll go out you'll get same day shipping. I put that on my description because I don't have too many items where it's oh my God, I gotta find this and I have no idea where it's at. I mean I have a pretty generalized system and for the most part know where everything's at. So unless things start getting a little hairy, a little crazy, if I have to do the hairy tornado inventory system here shortly.
Hey, David.
That video is awesome.
Yeah, I would definitely say that if you're starting and you're small, but your plan is to grow, to definitely implement an inventory system early on because it can get to a point to where now you're busy, you don't have time to really focus on an inventory system because it's going to take a lot of time because you got so much stuff and you start not remembering where your product is.
You could just say your turn, Anthony. That's where I'm at.
So when Tommy started, he didn't really have a setup. He knew but he didn't have a lot of things listed. So he knew where everything was. And then I came down and I was starting to help him. I'm like, this ain't going to work. I said, we need to do something. And so we came up with a plan. I'm like, what if we did this? He was like, okay. And we have a system in place.
I got a inventory system in place where either one of you fellas could come to my house and ship for me because you're going to be able to find it.
Yep.
We figured anything can happen. I ended up in the hospital at one point and Destiny was totally lost. And I was like, we definitely got to put something in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Rump Stump Reseller says, you don't want to hit 300 items and have to completely reorganize. That's basically where I'm at. I changed my setup because of Amazon, and that totally has my eBay stuff kind of sprawled everywhere right now, and I really do need to kind of fix it up because I have some stuff in the basement. That's where I want it, like my eBay stuff that's listed in the basement, and then my Amazon/eBay stuff that needs listed upstairs. So this way it's in my face. I can just grab it, list it, and then put it in a tote, throw it downstairs. But right now it's kind of everywhere. I have stuff that's not listed in the basement, and I have to completely go through it all. But it is winter. Winter is approaching. The winter is coming, as they say in Game of Thrones, and I'll have some time to do that for sure, because sourcing will, depending on weather, can definitely shut me down. And even though I'll try to muster around in my car because I'm a pretty good driver and front wheel drive, I'll still go up most times. But I mean, I'm sure I'll have some time to redo it and source through it. I mean, or reorganize it. It's there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm much more productive in the colder months because, I like to be outside. I like to be outside cooking on the grill. I love the sun. I want to fish. So I don't have any of them distractions in the winter, although we do fire up the grill once in a while.
And
You
the
got
fire.
to. You got to every once in a while. Just, what I mean? Certain foods just taste so much better on the grill.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does. And I learned how to cook meat I can cook meat on a grill. Great. Don't let me cook it in the house. I can't do it.
Hey, you do okay with the new wave.
Yeah, the new wave is, and if anybody needs a food secret, get a new wave. They rock.
They do.
My wife wants to get one of those Ninja grills or whatever they're called. It's like you can cook stuff in the house and there's no smoke. There's no.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
But it gives that
Grill
grill flavor that you missed outside. You know what I mean? It gives you that, and or you can switch it to an air fryer. So it's like a combo unit type thing, sort of.
See, you can use the new wave and the air fryers that they have out work on the same concept. So it's pretty much the same machine, just a different shape and design. And they're made by the same company, but they advertise the new wave for like the conventional or convection cooking. And then the air fryer is an air fryer. You can do this in an air fryer, but you can actually do the same in both machines. It's amazing how they took the same machine, reshaped it, and marketed two different ways. So they get somebody like that don't know any better. I got a new wave, but now I need an air fryer, not realizing they can do the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
I love my air fryer. We use that for a lot of different things. It makes, instead of having to do the fast way and just nuke stuff, it shouldn't really be nuked, and it's kind of like soggy and whatever. You use the air fryer and it makes it like crispy and saves some time actually. So I love it.
I do agree with Rump Stump. Destiny does need an Instapot. I want an Instapot.
I was just looking at those and I couldn't figure out what they were for. I couldn't remember, I couldn't figure out what they were.
It's like a pressure cooking crock pot, sort of.
I have one.
Do you?
I have one brand new in the box.
Oh, so you haven't used it?
You selling it?
Yeah, I might.
This just turned into an auction, guys.
You just said that I need
Gary.
a pressure cooker.
I think it's like a pressure cooker-ish type.
Yeah.
We don't want Destiny to work with pressure.
Here she says, my Instapot takes from frozen chicken breast to a full dinner with sides in 25 minutes.
Yeah, our new wave does that in 10. Sorry.
No, not frozen. Not frozen.
I got those.
Wait, 10 minutes per side.
It's about the same. But I don't think you have to flip it or anything in the Insta where you do got to flip it on the new wave.
That's true.
Yeah, and it was like right after Christmas. I found like I think it was like 10 or 15 of them for I think like $25 a piece or something, really really cheap.
Give me 40.
And I put it on. I sold them on Amazon and got I think it was like 99 or 89.99. So that was one of my first like really good flips on Amazon. Coming out, the shipping was a little bit of a bear. Like having to get them out. I had to put each of them in a medium-sized box. Literally, like it fit a medium-sized box perfectly. So I don't know if they were standard or I guess they're oversized. So that made it easy to send them out oversized because each one fit in the box. Yeah, that was. I think that was one of my first like big double ups I had.
Nice.
All right, fellas, I have an appointment that I have to be to at 11 o'clock.
We're shutting down anyway.
So,
but I appreciate everyone being here. Remember, we're on Tommy's channel tomorrow. David and Barbu Pickers with us. I appreciate everyone being here. If you want to later on my other channel, we're having Bible study. dropped a link in the chat already for it. So feel free to come and join us. It'll be me and Kelly, Hip Flip Mama. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Much
everybody.
love.
Catch you later.